I'm Olivia Bailey, and if you are seeing me right now, you're probably watching EHCtv on Comcast Cable, or you might be listening to WEHC 90.7. Whether you're seeing or hearing me right now, I'm glad you're tuned in. My guest today is women's tennis player Emily Bolt. Emily, thanks for being on the set today.
Thank you for having me, Olivia.
So you're now a 2-year veteran on this team. Let's start back at the very roots of everything. How did you start playing tennis, and when did you start?
I actually didn't start playing tennis until about middle school. My best friend from home, who actually goes to Emory as well, Alyssa Wingett, she had been playing tennis her whole life, and she's the one who got me started. I picked up a racket with her one day, and I just haven't put it down since.
And can you tell me about one of those experiences, maybe growing up, that you realized that this might be the sport for you?
Well, I played other sports throughout elementary school rec league, like all kids do. My family was really into sports, but it wasn't until I started playing with her that I just realized this is that one sport I actually wanted to focus on and then I wanted to get good at.
And what types of preparations have you taken throughout the years, I guess, to get to the collegiate level?
Actually, that's an interesting question because I did not start out coming to Emory my freshman year. I am a transfer student, so I haven't played for 2 to 3 years. And then I came here and it was a surprise. I didn't know. I didn't come here to play tennis. I didn't know I was going to play tennis when I came here. So it was something new.
So coming here and not even expecting to play tennis, how are you on the Emory and Henry tennis team now?
Well, it was actually my dad's idea. I looked into transferring schools, and when I found Emory, I came here, and then my dad was talking to me, and he said, you know, Emory's such a small team. We knew Alyssa played. He was like, you should really look into it. And that was the one thing my dad and I did was sports growing up, and we always went to sporting events together. He used to coach basketball, so he was just like, I think he was more interested in it than I was at first. He was like, you really should look into it. So I just talked to Coach one day. I talked to Alyssa about it, and here I am.
And now you're on this team with a former teammate, a middle school friend. What makes you stay here? What's the motivation for you to stay on this team?
I love everything about our team. Everyone on our team has the drive and dedication, and I believe that is going to take us extremely far this year, especially in ODAC play.
And you talk about the team being strong and all of this stuff and coming together. What do you think your specific contribution to this team is?
Well, I don't think I necessarily contribute more than any other player on the team. I think that I look at last year's season as a learning experience for our team. New coach, new players. This year we have some new recruits in. Everyone's has past experience playing. So I think that all of us together we're going to go far.
And what are the expectations from this for this team this season?
This year we have 2 goals. Our 2 main goals are to beat last year's record and to actually get into the ODAC championship or conference tournament. And I think that's possible. I think that we are going to be, we were ranked 9th in the preseason polls, and I don't think that's anything to look at with our team this year. I think that we really are going to create a shock, and for all the ODAC teams this year, they're not going to be expecting it.
So what kind of steps are you guys taking as a team and as individual players to make sure that you exceed these goals?
We're practicing our hardest every single day. We are all committed, and that is the one thing that's really helped us is this year is we are truly committed to this team, and I think that's what's going to help us the most.
So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. We've been talking about your tennis career, but you talk about being a transfer to Emory and Henry. Where did you start out your college career?
I actually started at Virginia Tech. When I graduated high school, I'm from a very small town. I thought I wanted something new, something big. I only applied to big schools. I didn't look at Emory just because it was so small. And then I realized that wasn't for me. After going to a big school, I was in classes of 400 or 500 students. I actually had one class with 3,000 students. It just wasn't for me. I started looking into smaller schools. I found Emory. I toured the campus. I talked to admissions. I talked to friends who were here, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the campus and everything about it, and I knew that this is where I needed to be.
And now after being here, I know that a lot of us have our own specific moment where we knew Emory was our home and Emory was our family. Have you had one of those moments to where you knew that you were a part of this Emory and Henry family?
What I love about Emory is the community feel that Emory brings. Emory is very different. It's very different from my experience at Tech, and I don't regret going to Tech because I learned a lot from that experience as well. But here you have the connection with professors, with other students, with staff that you don't get anywhere else, and that is truly what has made me fall in love with this campus.
So what are you majoring in and looking into doing after graduation?
I'm actually a business management major. After graduation, I don't have any set plans. Everything's still open, up in the air, but I'm excited for the possibilities that lie ahead.
So you talked about having the small class size and having this connection with your professors, but is there anything in this Emory education or any experience that you've had that you feel more prepared at Emory than you would have at Tech?
I really think that is it. You gain more knowledge and experience through places like Emory, just working with people. It's a close-knit community. You get to talk to people, and I didn't have that anywhere else. So I think that's really helped me.
Perfect. Well, I wish you the best of luck in your college career as far as academics and tennis. Do you know what your schedule is going to look like, when we can expect you to be on campus for that first home meet?
It will be after spring break, about mid-March, I believe. So everyone, please come and support the Lady Wasp.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll make sure that we get the word out there, and we wish you the best of luck as well as your team. You've been listening to this sports interview on EHCtv. You can find us here on Comcast Cable, channel 70 and 95, each Wednesday and Thursday night at 7. Thanks for joining me, Olivia Bailey, for this sports interview.